The Rastafarian movement in South Africa blossomed after apartheid. In the present, the movement provides an outlet for young South Africans who are marginalized, lack quality education, and feel futureless, especially within colored communities in the Western Cape of South Africa. For many colored youth, the anti-establishment lifestyle of Rastafari provides a channel for their disenchantment and offers them a community. Rastafarianism has equipped the urban poor in the Western Cape area with a new political consciousness and language. Moreover, the colorblindness of Rastafari also works to deconstruct notions of racial ambiguity within the colored community. In the post-apartheid era, the ambiguity of the colored identity historically defined as persons of mixed racial and ethnic heritage became problematic. This problem was evident in the 1994 elections as the National Party (NP) defended white interests and the African National Congress (ANC) struggled for power in a new, non-racial South Africa. The politics of the country had been strictly divided on a black and white basis, hence the colored community was to a large extent alienated from the political struggle against apartheid. When the majority of the colored voting population voted for the National Party in 1994 elections, questions arose as to how colored people positioned themselves and understood their identity in the post-apartheid era. In the present, the colored community is in the process of reconfiguring its cultural and socio-political status within national and international domains. In doing so, two movements have developed in the Western Cape: Koisan revivalism and Koisan Rastafarianism. Koisan revivalism is a movement to protect the rights of indigenous Koisan people as stipulated by the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples. The movement fights for constitutional accommodation, which includes recognizing their indigenous land rights and the languages of the Koisan peoples. The rise of Koisan revivalism has occurred in concordance with the rise of Koisan Rastafarianism, in which traditional use of Koisan herbal medicine has been combined with the political ethos of the Rastafari religion to create a neo-traditional ethno-medicinal. Rastafarian principles of having knowledge of oneself and knowing one's roots have complemented this rise of Koisan revivalism in the Western Cape. The recent growth of the Rastafarian and Koisan movements in the Western Cape has also been attributed to the proliferation of informal urban settlements in Cape Town. Colored townships on the Cape Flats such as Manenberg, Elsie's River, and Parkwood are characterized by limited economic activity, inadequate infrastructure, poor education, unemployment, family fragmentation, and decades-old gang structures. Youth in these communities have made the streets their safe haven from violence and abuse that are commonplace in their homes. One of the primary reasons that youth are attracted to street gangs is to devise a rite of passage from childhood to adolescence and adulthood. In an interview, Dread, a Rastafarian herbalist, highlighted his experience growing up in a colored township, stating, "There are all these initiation rites or rites of passage in all cultures. In the ghettos, we say that if you're ex-Xhosa, then you go to the bush to become a man, you go into isolation to become a man. In apartheid years, it was known that young men after high school would go to the army to become a man. The army was only for white people, but for most colored people, manhood was attained when you went to prison." Rastafarianism provides believers an alternate route, a sense of community and belonging, as well as opportunities for economic improvement, power, acceptance, and purpose. Based on South Africa's demographic data, there are about 5,100 traditional healers practicing in the Cape Town region, including Rasta herbalists and Sangomas, traditional healers. Koisan Rastafarian Roz Benjamin grew up in Lavender Hill, where he became involved with the Rama people prior to his conversion to Rasta at the age of 16. He expresses the importance of Rastafarianism in his life, stating, "Well, I would have been a gangster by now, probably in jail or dead." For Roz Adoni, originally from Mitchell's Plain, South Africa, male figures were capped on the streets whether they were good or bad. After experimenting with various drugs at a young age, Rastafari steered Roz Adoni away from drug dependency. He is currently a filmmaker who creates documentaries on racial injustice and societal issues across the African diaspora. He described, "Rastafari for me is the thoughts and ideas of freedom and redemption. It opens you up to a new world." Similarly for Dread, Rastafari became a viable option because it is an all-encompassing lifestyle that offered him a sense of knowing where he came from in a better direction forward. "I come from gangster culture in Cape Town. My role models were the most hardcore gangsters. There wasn't anything else. I started discovering Rastafarian. What does it mean? What is the concept behind it? It's so mystical. It really gives you some sense of divinity. For many colored in South Africa, identifying as Koisan Rastafarian has removed feelings of being a culturalist people without concrete roots. This also alleviates the feelings of dispossession and disenfranchisement that have led to a strong gang and drug culture in colored townships. In doing so, the movement builds self-worth and allows followers to embrace their capacity to evoke great change in their communities and around the world. By fusing indigenousness within a universally established religious identity, the Khoisan Rastafarian movement encourages members of the colored community to discover their roots and to perceive themselves as a part of a global community of Black people who have all experienced oppression through colonialism and/or slavery. As a result, Rastafari promotes peace in South Africa and a larger movement towards recognizing the indigenous Khoisan people. It also calls to question what it means to be South African in the post-apartheid.
You are watching Scratch TV on YouTube.com.
You want to see with the bands and everything? You come right this, alright? Alright? Yes, sir? Hold on. So Cape Town. Right now before we go back.
How you doing? Burning on there is something on my mind. Something spectacular to make you feel fine. Do you know what you got your friends same time? Do it again. Forever I don't know we just have time. In your church, I got in your cool mind. Yes, it's me, so no waste my time. When much of our dancer, no walk out your waistline. Who sing somebody good? Man love you can't see him blind. Hug up your man when he touch night time. That not like you, but you fine. Burning and block out and wine. Put your man to the one rhythm section. Jump on the rhythm like a damn mountain. When they come down the dance of the ram. What do you got from Birmingham? No walk out, pull up.